Hello. Hey, Cat Mom. Hey, Cat Dad. How y'all doing? I can't stream for super long today, but I figured that I would at least find some time and go live today, so that because I haven't gone live in a while. It's been a bit. Got a haircut since I've gone live last. So you'll be seeing the less hair on the back of my head. But today's just some budget builds. Cheap, easy stuff. I recently bought a large lot of stuff, and I have torn it all down, and this is what I have left of it. And then I'm combining other stuff I got from another lot and throwing together some cheap budget builds. These are going to be quick sale type stuff, just budget stuff. Not everyone has a ton of money, so I want people to still be able to game on a budget, and these will be some great little PCs. Nothing crazy. Some like $300 to $500 builds, cheap stuff. This one, 4th Gen i7, 16 gigs, 1070 Ti, Founders Edition. Appreciate that, Gargamel. Appreciate it. Hey, appreciate the follow. Thank you guys. And honestly, I'm just really appreciative that you guys showed up, considering I've honestly not been streaming as much as I should, but just been so busy. I will warn you guys, next week I have so much going on. I have my birthday next week. I have a wedding to go to, and have me and the wife's anniversary. So I have a lot going on next week. I might do one day next week. I'll try to find some time. I'll see if I can do one day. But it is going to be so busy. Oh, what are you at now on the Battle Pass? I actually don't remember what I'm at last time I checked. Oh, speaking of the Apex, have you been checking the event store and using your points to collect the stuff? Because there is there's event packs in there. You get some really good stuff out of there. Make sure you collect that. Okay. This one, probably 350. This one, maybe 500. Probably. So, this is 4-core, 8-thread, i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 1070 Ti. This is the top of the line beefy version of this. Holy crap, Camo, that is really good. Damn, doing better than me. I've not been playing a lot lately. But when this came out, this was absolutely top tier, very expensive. Look at this. It has 8 RAM slots on it. 8 RAM slots. So this i7 from the same generation was 6 cores, which was way higher than anything else that was out at that time. Everything was between, 2 and 4. But yeah, so this is like the super beefy Big Brother version of this build, and that's gonna be black and red theme. This one's gonna be white theme, and we've even got, look at this, some cable extensions. They look really nice. They're gonna match the builds. So that one right there, it's gonna get the black, red, and white. And then this build right here, this is gonna get white cables. So that's how this is going today. I might slap a white fan on this, actually. What do y'all think? White fan? Yeah, I think white fan. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna make sure I can sync up the RGB with the case. See if there's an RGB hub in here. Because if not, then I'm not even gonna bother putting the RGB on there. There is no hub. They are daisy chained. We're not putting the white RGB fan on there because it just overcomplicate things. I wish I had just a white fan, like non-RGB, just a white fan. Oh shit! I do have a white fan. Cool. Guys, I got a white fan. That works. I'm putting that on here. Oh, well, shit. Forgot that's still plugged in. Alright, we're gonna swap this. How you been, Gargamel? Appreciate the compliment on my hair. I'm gonna take 2 seconds, and I'm gonna put a little bit of, I can't even tell where the camera is. I'm gonna put a little gel right here, because it keeps Who's doing that? 2 seconds, y'all. 2 whole seconds. My bad, y'all. I should have been ready. But there we go. Now it's not going to be in my face. I don't have to be constantly messing with my hair the whole stream. Alright. What we're doing right now is there's these little rubber vibration pads on these clips to mount to the cooler. And these rubber bits here prevent vibrations. But I gotta get them out of the way so I can take the screws off and mount this white fan. This is gonna be white bells. Oh, they are doing great. I'm so happy Harley's doing so much better. He is eating full meals now. He still has to take his antibiotics for 2 weeks. Little over a week now, because he's been taking for a few days. But, yeah, he's doing good. He's actually adorably licking himself over there on the floor. Oh, my cat, Gargamel, Harley. So, he is obsessed with his wet food. And all of a sudden, the other day, last week, he just stopped eating food at all. And he was actually repulsed by his wet food. He would, like, run away from it. So I took him to the vet. Luckily, they had time to squeeze him in same day. And, yeah, we did a bunch of blood work and x-rays and one expensive vet visit later, basically. We weren't entirely completely sure what it was, but we were at least certain it wasn't dire. It wasn't super serious, so he was sent home with medicine. It helped a little bit. He would be interested in his food, but he wouldn't eat. So we took him back real quick, and they gave him some medicine to increase his appetite, and then they gave him a anti-nausea, so he would eat, and then some fluids because he wasn't drinking enough water, which he was drinking some. He was just nauseous, and he would throw up, and he wouldn't keep it down. But with the saline solution, the anti-nausea, and the hunger inhibitor or something, a pill to make him hungry, basically. Those 3 things combined, he's back to eating now. But it's good news. He's doing great, and also, we actually hadn't had any blood work done for quite a while. So, finding out his blood work looked good, and that his kidneys looked at least decent. So one is slightly enlarged, and one is slightly small. They said the slightly small is normal for an old cat, because he's 16. So one liver being small is normal. We think the enlarged one was inflamed, and that's why we got the antibiotics. That's what he's taking daily right now. It says antibiotics every day 8. I will say stream today is only going to be a maximum of around 3.5 to 4 hours, just because I do have to be somewhere later. But yeah, all right, we got the white fan. Bam, got the white fan installed. Looking good. these are super budget builds. Oh, sorry to hear about your cat with asthma. That's got to be hard. This one and this one both budget. 4th gen i7, 16 gigs RAM, 1070 Ti. This one is 4th gen but super high end, 6 core, 32 gigs, and a 1080. Both around the same generation. This would be a normal build, and this would be super high end from way back when. But they're gonna both be super budget now. Not everyone has a ton of money for builds. I understand that. So I build them as low end as like this, and as high end as like 10 grand. I would say that would be night and day of an upgrade. Massive, enormous, gigantic, super big. I would say that's going from like a 360 to like the Xbox One Series X, whatever, Pro, Mega, Ultra version. But that's what's going to be going in there. I'll go ahead and take GPU out. Right, let's go ahead and put the IO shield in here. You know what's funny about the GTX 660? Funny you mention it. I got a huge part slot the other day. Look. Little 650 Ti. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But, I don't know, it was free. I'll give it away to a subscriber. So subscribe right now. I'll ship it right to you. US only. I'm not paying international shipping. I don't know what to do with that. But, it's funny. Bam, that's a nice upgrade. Let's set this aside. That is quite a lot of an FPS increase. Alright. Motherboard is going in. Actually, no, it's not. I gotta check standoffs first. Alright. Looks like this motherboard has the 3rd row of holes, so we're gonna put a 3rd row of standoffs. I am looking through my little cup here right now and getting the screws I need. Alright. See a little standoff installer. There's the camera. Alright, one standoff installed. Next. One more. If you didn't know what I'm doing, slightly off screen right here, I have a cup of screws. Nice. That's a real nice case. My wife's PC is in a slight variation of that same case. Hers, I'm trying to remember the exact version. Hers is the one with the thin RGB strip in the front of the Leanly OLED Vision. It's got that little thin RGB strip. But yeah. Alright. A little bit of can't hear there. Alright. All the standoffs are in place. Let's go ahead and install the board. Line it up. Come on. There we go. Let's get some screws in this. Oh, you got the one with the top glass panel. Nice. Yeah, that one looks really nice. Forgot the Vision is the triple. Oh, is it the one with the no, like, the seamless lines with the little corner piece? I actually just did a build in a Lian Li case, a really nice one. Just did it not long ago, like a couple days ago. Did I do it on stream? No, I didn't do it on stream. Honestly, I should have done that build on stream. It was so nice. How can I show stream something? Let me see. I don't remember how to do that. I forgot how to show you, so I'm gonna show you like this. Focus. Focus. Oh, hi there, Harley. Hello? That's the build. And here's Harley. Feeling so much better. Hey there. Are you inspecting the computer for me, bub? Are you QA? You quality control? Is it good enough? Can you sniff it? Can you tell me if it's good enough, bud? Good kitty. I need you off the desk though, bud. I love you. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, you can stay right there as long as you don't mess with things. I know you're gonna though. When you start messing with things, I'll kick you off. Right, you can stay there for now. We'll take a look at that in just a second. You on the YouTube? Let me check this open. I didn't get a notification for it. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's the case I was thinking of, Flips. Nice. Yeah, that's the one with the glass, and glass edge with the little corner piece. That's weird. It didn't give me like a YouTube notification that you tagged me in it. I had to just go and find it myself. Oh, appreciate the follow. Alright. For now, he's being chill. But soon you'll see he'll start swatting shit off my desk. That's when he'll be placed on the ground. Put in kitty jail. Why is this one snagging? There we go. That screw is snagging for some reason. Yeah, it looks good, man. But you can't swat the computer when it moves. Alright, he started playing with the wires. I love you. Say hi to the camera. Mwah, I love you, bud. I gotta put you on the ground now. You keep playing with wires. It's adorable, but I can't have you ruining stuff. Alright, I gently put him on the ground. He ruined it for himself. He's butthurt now. He bit my leg. Alright. You're gonna get kicked out of my office, bud. You need a little butthole. Get. I put a box in his way, but he's just gonna jump over it. Hey, that's awesome, man. That's really cool of him to build it for you. And yes, Cat Mom, he is a very handsome boy. Handsome kitty. Nice, 40 Super is real good. Well, that popped off very dramatically. Alright, I don't like how this cable is ran right here, so I'm going to run it through the other way. It's like very obvious where it is, you know? Don't like it. Snipping these twist ties. Oh, I thought I snipped the wire for a second there, to be honest. I have done that before. It's pretty rare, but I've done it. Not fun. Alright, where they should have routed this wire from the factory is through their own holes. And now, you don't see it on the inside anymore. I mean, a 7700 XT and a 5600X will play 1440p just fine. Oh, is the fishing game working, guys? Can someone try that real quick? I think I set it up. Should be working. Nope. Let me fix it. There we go. I didn't want to open it first. I had to spam click it for a second though. Alright. Alright, retry it, Capmom. See if it works now. Actually, let me do it because I think it's gonna tell you there's a time limit or whatever. Oh, there it goes. I typed that in the wrong chat. No, I think I typed it in the chat. I have a lot on my screen at the same time. There's a lot. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, white builds are real nice. If you saw the most recent white build I did. That one's a 4070 Ti. And, there we go. i5 13600KF. It's the 14 core i5. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that one came out. Kind of like fell together in a way. Like I got this part and then this part, and then I was like, okay, what about this? And yeah, I didn't even like plan it out. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Killer Machine? How you doing, man? Honestly, don't even. They're so expensive. Like, can you tell the difference between these and the actual Lian Li fans? Because these are dupes from another brand. Also, there's a screen on the AIO, too. This is a good camera, by the way. It's 2K camera. But yeah. Focus. The autofocus is a little wonk, though. That's the only issue. It's literally like my only gripe at all with this camera. Is autofocus is a little meh. But it's not super big deal because it's not like, I don't know, it's not like I'm running around going from place to place. It's a lot of stationary objects. Alright, let's get these all daisy chained up. Alright, those all daisy chains. Yeah, Cooler Master makes fine AIS. You don't need a screen. I just put a screen on it because it was a good deal. It was on sale for like $40 off, something like that. 40, 50 bucks off. It was really nice. Cools the CPU well. I don't know, pretty good. cable extensions out here. I can start installing these. By the way, if anyone's in the YouTube chat and you see the fishing game, it's on Twitch. If you want to hop into the Twitch chat, you can type !fish and you can play the fishing game. And there's actually tech stuff in it. You can win a 5090 gold one. You can win Linus or catch Linus. Catching, it's not winning, but whatever. You can catch cool stuff. A broken CPU cooler, stuff like that. This is gonna be a really nice build for the price. This is a budget build, y'all. It's looking good. Just making a budget build look unnecessarily nice. Going out of my way. What was wrong with COD? They had to get it working. Just wouldn't run well on the old setup. Oh, okay. Yeah, COD is a large game. Lots of... pretty much every COD is really big files. There's there it is. Plugging in the cables right now for the board. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. What's your download speed? I'm gonna run this under the other cables. I mean, yeah, they're cheap. It could also need drivers for the Wi-Fi for it to be faster. Could just be driver updates. Okay, it looks like I might need to put this over here to get it to sit properly. Because I want it to be flush and the side panel to not be bulging. Alright, we don't need the Molex cable, so we're going to bundle that up and we're going to zip tie it and then shove it in the power supply basement. We only need one of the SATAs, at least for this. There's another Molex, going to bundle that one up. I'm gonna have to take this hard drive cage out and then put the drives in. Hello, Gamer Lord, how you doing? Have fun, man, Flips. Enjoy your Rocket League. Fingers crossed. Alright, I'm gonna install the SSD and the hard drive combo right here. See you later. No. Gamerlord, I would honestly say that would be... I mean, it's great. Like, it's a great start because the CPU is super powerful and it can play any game out easily. But the GPU... Like, if you're building it new and you're, like, picking those specs, I would not pick that combo for 1440p. I would spend less on the CPU and more on the GPU. But if you already have those parts, it's not going to hurt you to use them and just upgrade the GPU later. But as is, you have a more powerful CPU than you do GPU. And the higher resolution you get, you need the opposite. Like if you're playing the 1440p or like even 4K, you don't need a very powerful CPU. It's mostly your graphics card at that point. That's what's going to hold you back. The CPU just be sitting there yawning like, I'm not doing anything. It's all GPU horsepower at this point. Installing the screws now. It won't hurt anything. Having a bottleneck is not gonna hurt anything. You just will be leaving possible performance on the table that you could be having if your PC was spec'd differently. A bottleneck doesn't hurt your computer. You're just not gonna get the most FPS out of your parts, is all. If you want the most bang for your buck at 1440p, if you can get a RX 9070 XT, that'll be amazing performance. That'll blow the 4070 out of the water. Like that'll be better. Yeah, if you have the 3070 Ti now, use it. Yeah. What's the CPU in it now? Is the CPU the 7800X3D or is it something else? Because if it's 7800X3D, there's no reason to upgrade that. That will play every game out, max everything, at every resolution. There's nothing that will hold back. Alright, I'm plugging in the front panel cables right now. These are always a blast to plug in. This is an older board, so it doesn't have the normal pinouts. But it's always silk screened on the motherboard, so I can just read it. It's got a really weird setup. Like the power LED pins are separated by a space in the middle, so it's a 3 spacing for 2 pins. The power button's all the way on like the bottom right. It's weird. Yeah, weird board. But yeah. Yeah, you know what? If I had that system, I would upgrade the CPU first. Yeah. Just get onto the newer platform. But here's the thing. For the price of a 7800X3D, a board, RAM, all that, you could get like a Ryzen 5 9600X. What's it called? Okay, if you've seen LTT's most recent video from a couple days ago where they did they challenged a bunch of YouTubers to build a $1,000 PC. Go look at how much the CPU did not matter in that video. The CPU does not matter anywhere near as much as you think if you're playing at a higher resolution. He beat them with a they had a Ryzen 9. He had a Ryzen 5. Both were 9000 series. I think it was like a 9600, and they had a 70, or I think they had like a Ryzen 9 7900X or something like that. Trust me, just go with a Ryzen 5 or Ryzen 7. You don't need the X3D chip if you're going to be gaming at 1440p and higher. And you can always add it in later. For budget-wise, I would say 9600X, B650 board, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 9060 XT. You'll be gaming 1440p. So good. But make sure it's a 16 gig. Don't get the 8 gig card. 16 gig card. There's a big difference. And if you want proof, go watch that video. The proof is in the pudding. He won with the Ryzen 5, they had a Ryzen 9. The CPU is not as important when it comes to 1440p and above. Need an adapter for this cable here. Oh, 1 second, I'm grabbing one of my bins. Exactly. The 9600X and the 9060 XT, amazing platform to start with. Like, you jump to that, you'll be on the newer platform, and if in the future you got the money, you can always throw an X3D chip in it in the future. But the 9600X will get you 95% of the way there to the same performance you'll be getting with the 7800X 3D. Because you need a very high-end GPU, like 5080, 5090, to even start pushing a 7800X 3D or 9000X 3D to its limits. Especially at a higher resolution. Oh, I grabbed the wrong bin. This is not the bin I needed. But yeah, what Flip said. 9600X and 9060 XT. Exactly what I was saying. Best bet. And you don't gotta take our word for it. You can, there's so many YouTube videos on it. But yeah, it's 100% a better option. I am looking for one of my bins. Here we go. A bunch of adapters for older stuff. I'm gonna look through this real quick. I need 6-pin to an 8-pin. Alright, here we go. We got a dual 6-pin to an 8-pin, and then we're gonna go from that 8-pin to a white cable extension with combs. There we go. The clip is on the bottom, so we're gonna flip this over, put the combs here. Yeah, exactly. It can be, yeah, paired with a very high-end GPU without bottlenecking it. And it's the same thing with the Intel's 13th gen. The more modern i5s and Ryzen 5s are so powerful, you do not need the i7s, 9s, Ryzen 9s, Ryzen 7, or you know what I mean. It's just not needed. Like the build I showed you a photo of, you guys. This keep showing it, but this build. You know what's in this? That's the i5. That's an i5 13600KF. But it's got a 4070 Ti. Yeah, sorry to tell you, he's wrong. Just straight up. It's if I don't think he even said that either. I don't know. He might have misheard something, because I 100% sure. I know. I've watched so many of his videos. Yeah, no, I don't think he either misspoke or something was misheard, but that's definitely a bottleneck. If you're playing at 1080p and you want to max stuff out and use a bit of ray tracing, that's perfectly fine. You can have a better CPU than your GPU. But I would highly suggest better GPU than CPU when you're playing above 1080p. Man, I would hop on a call with him, but I don't know him personally like that. I've only had like comments talking to him. I don't know him like that, so. But I don't know, maybe I will eventually. I know some of the YouTubers, but I don't know him personally. But yeah, no, it's for sure. What the hell happened to the music? Man, do you guys use iTunes on the computer? Does it sign you out all the time? That signs me out constantly. There we go. Sign back in. I don't know why it does that. At 1440p, a 3070 Ti will hold back a 7800X3D greatly. It's just a fact. I can find YouTube videos on it, but well, probably not that exact spec because nobody pairs those two parts together. But if you want to upgrade to the newest platform, don't jump that high. You don't need to spend all that right away. What we're saying is if you go to an AM5 platform and you only have a 3070 Ti, don't spend that much on your CPU. It's just a lot of wasted money. You're better off spending less on the CPU and saving some to get a graphics card. Hey, Fauzerin. Appreciate the follow. How's the PC? Not a lot of room to get managed in this case. Alright. Man, there's not much room in this case. If you look, so from the front, there's this big pocket here, like for if you put like a water cooler in the front, and the power supply comes to about here. So there's only this little gap right here where you can shove cables. Power supply ends here, and then the shroud ends here. So to hide the cables, they have to be in this little pocket. And you know what else is taking up space? The drives. So there's just this little sliver of space where you can shove cables. So I packed the big 24 pin right here, and then I'll try to pack as many as I can in this little cavity here, and zip tie them, and maybe I'll put some up here. Well, I appreciate it, and good luck with working on it. I believe I left you a message of something to try. Yeah, I did. I responded to you. Hopefully my suggestion helps. I really do. I hope it helps. This one is just a little budget build. Someone will be very happy to play lighter titles on a cheap, very nice looking budget PC. Not everyone has tons of money. I get that. So, budget builds exist for a reason. Good luck with it. Let me know how it goes. Does this plug in the right way? No, that would be very inconvenient. We're gonna flip that. Right now I'm plugging in the drives. Trying to find a clean little sneaky way of hiding these wires. Ooh, I found one. Okay, y'all. Alright, so right here the GPU. There's a row of SATA actually. This is what I have another camera for. Alright. In here, right? We've got these SATA ports here. Let me get that in a little closer. These SATA ports right here. Man, you can't even see them, but whatever. There's some behind the graphics card right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to unscrew the GPU for a second. Lift this up. I take the GPU out. And you see, oh no, they're eSATA. Never mind, never mind. Can't use those ports. Yeah, the SATA Express. They're not normal plugs. Those are weird plugged ones, right? Does this plug in? No, it plugs in. I don't know. I'm gonna plug them into normal ports. Screw it. We're trying to second camera. We're gonna stack that down here. Yeah, at 1080p, that is good. So here's the reason why he would say that's not a what's it called? Bottleneck at 1080p. Because at 1080p, your graphics card, like I was saying before, is less important than your CPU because you're not gonna be fully utilizing it at only 1080p. The CPU is gonna get pegged at a lot more usage, a lot higher usage at 1080p than 1440. You can even watch it yourself. If you open a game and you set 1080p, look at your CPU GPU usage, right? How high usage they have. Then flip it to 1440p and you'll watch them flip. If you're playing esports games and you're playing at low graphics settings, then a really powerful CPU is very important to get really high FPS. So if you're playing esports, that's a great setup. Games that people play like 300 to 500 FPS on. Like Flips was talking about, he plays Rocket League. Oh, stop doing that, TikTok. No one cares. There we go. TikTok was crying that I hadn't clicked the screen in a while. That's not plugging in. What is happening with that port? There we go. I'm gonna skip the song, it's a little bit loud. I like the song. I'm gonna get another SATA cable. I even themed the cables for these builds here. Red Dead is very GPU intensive. The other two, not so much though. Hello, how you doing? I am doing good. How y'all doing? Honestly, Flips, I don't think it matters what GPU you get. Fortnite always stutters. I've never not had stutters. I have a 5070. Fortnite always stutters. Flips, you can suggest the lossless scaling, but most people just aren't gonna do the effort to set it up. It does not even much setup, but like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, most people just aren't gonna do it. It's an extra step. I've suggested it, but like, it's also not perfect. It doesn't work in every situation. Lossless scaling. It's kind of a band-aid. Hello, Crazy Cookie. Depends on cost. Both are great GPUs. Problem with 9070 XT is it's not at its MSRP. If you get it at its MSRP or even close to it, 9070 XT every time. But honestly, 9070 XT has been really close to the 5070 Ti in cost. So if you need NVIDIA specific features, go with the 5070 Ti, but don't overpay for either one. It all comes down to cost. I wouldn't say either are bad, or I would say one is good. But yeah, 9070 XT if either of them are close to their MSRPs. Because that $150 difference is not worth the cost increase. But if they're the same cost, then it's a lot harder to decide between the two. For Flips personally, I'm not a team of either one. I want them both to do good so that they can duke it out. And the more those two companies fight and the more Intel gets market share, the more it lights like a fire under each other's ass and they try harder to beat each other. And the harder the two companies work to beat each other, and when they actually innovate and make better products, all we get is better deals and more performance. So I want everyone to be a competing force. I don't care to side with anyone. I will praise companies per situation. Like AMD's been doing very good lately, but they've also been doing some NVIDIA stuff too lately. Fake launch prices, that was pretty sleazy. The 9070 XT it launched at 600. But you can't buy it at 600, so it's not really 600. Like the minimum, I think, is like 700 right now. I haven't checked in a few days. It might get one 650, but I highly, highly doubt it. Valorant for sure. Fortnite also yes. But that's what I was talking about. Esports titles. Both of those are esports titles. Like lighter, high FPS, low graphics settings type games. Any game you're going to set all the graphics to low, that's going to be more CPU intensive. Where's my CPU plug? Here it is. Okay, there's nowhere to tie this cable down, it's just flopping around. So I actually have little tie downs that I can add to the case. I'll show you. These. They stick down, right? And then they give you a tie down point. And now I have a spot to tie the cable. It doesn't move around. I love these little things. Appreciate it, Cookie. Appreciate it, sub. Yeah, no, they don't always have to be. Cookie, you see this build right here? See, it's nice. It's not done, but it's getting there. $350. Somebody's gonna get a good deal on this. I might post it at $4, but I'll probably post it at $350. I just wanted a quick sale on this build. It's my birthday next week. I'd like some cash for my birthday. So I'm not going to take super high profit on it. But yeah. Doesn't cost a lot to make a nice build. Just takes some extra effort. Yeah, it all depends on like how much you've got to spend, like Flips was saying. So if getting a 5070 Ti instead of a 9070 XT means you can only get 16 gigs of RAM instead of 32, and you can only get a 1 terabyte instead of a 2 terabyte, not worth it. Don't sacrifice anything for that small bump in performance. Get the 9070 XT, get you a 2 terabyte drive, get you 32 gigs of RAM, get you that RGB on that RAM. It's just not worth it. Also, the 9070 XT has been beating the 5070 Ti in some games with some of the newer updates and whatnot. So, yeah, like I said, it all comes down to price. If they're the same price, 5070 Ti. If the 9070 XT is anything over 50, like closer to 100 less, I'm saying 9070 XT every time. And you can't even say, oh, ray tracing anymore, because the 9000 series AMD cards, amazing ray tracing performance. Huge leaps in performance from prior generations. Oh, and as you can see, Catmon playing the fishing game here. You can catch tech stuff if you play this game. No problem, Cookie. Yeah, but like I was saying, you don't always have to have the newest stuff to enjoy gaming and whatnot. Did I plug in an extra? Oh, I plugged in an extra SATA cable here somehow. Look at this. How did I manage to do that? Alright, let's plug this one in instead. There we go. Man, this is a really tight space for cables. Ooh, who wants something good? I heard the thing going. Hey, you want a D-Cool cooler? See what I mean? Told you to tech stuff in there. It's a banned product in the US now. Because they were caught like selling to the Chinese Communist Party or some shit like that. I don't know. It was some stupid political stuff. I still find it stupid. China makes the damn stuff, but we can't resell it back to them. Oh, it's stupid. I don't care to get political with it. It sucks that politics are affecting the prices of gaming stuff because you happen to be able to use it for mining and AI work. Damn it. Okay, this cable, the tip of it, won't fit through here, but the wire will. So, which means I need to move the power supply for a second, put the cable through, and then put the power supply back. That's annoying. So I gotta snip this wire, move it out the way. I'm gonna loosen the power supply, but I'm not gonna completely remove it. I'm just gonna wiggle it out the way. That's so annoying. Gotta keep my eye on the time because I gotta end stream by 6:30. Where did that go? Oh, here. Audio. The front panel audio. That's what's missing here. Alright, I've wiggled the power supply out of the way. And the cable is slid in place. I'll wiggle the power supply back and screw it back in. There we go. Yes, you will be just fine if the games you're playing are not graphically intense. But at the same time, the whole point of going up to 1440p is so you can enjoy higher graphic fidelity. So you want a better GPU later. Right now, that GPU is not going to hold you back for any reason. Yeah, if you're gonna play games like COD and stuff, either 1080p high or 1440p low. I have played COD on my old 3070 at 1440p, but I did not set the graphics very high. Yeah, they really should have given the 3070 Ti at least 10 gigs. You know what I mean? Because like the base 3080 had 10 gigs, then they had the 3080 Ti, and then they had the later revision of the 3080 base model version that I think that had 12 gigs. I think it's complicated. The VRAM situation back then, it was all over the place because of the shortages. I am going to bundle this cable and put it up here instead of the power supply basement because there's just not any room down there and I don't want it to be seen. So I'm going to stick one of these little pads here. Right there. I'm going to zip tie that down. Now, the cables may look like they're all over the place, but they're actually quite managed. And, man, they have been a pain to manage. There's not a lot of room in this case. Did you Gamerlord, did you mean a Ryzen 9 5900X? I'm still on the AM4 platform myself. I have the 5800X 3D, and I've got a 5070, and I play at 1440p. I got no issues. But for an upgrade, I gotta swap the whole board out. And I'm well aware of that. But I've also been enjoying my 5800X 3D for, I don't know, 1-2 years. I've never felt an inkling of needing to upgrade in anything. I was even playing the beta. Hey, how you doing, Respected? Yeah, it's been hard to find time to stream lately. And when I have had time to stream, I don't know. I feel like I didn't have the right things to do that would be interesting to watch. Oh, the 9600X. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay. See you later, Cookie. Appreciate you lurking. Been doing alright. It's funny. I finally find time to do a stream just to tell you guys it can't be super long today. It's gonna be like a max 3.5, 4 hours. And then next week I've got a birthday, a wedding, anniversary. I've got a lot going on next week. So I won't be, you know, around a lot. I'm gonna try to do one stream next week. Maybe two. Well, I appreciate that. Where's my back panel? There it is. Alright. Now this looks like a mess, but it is strategically placed so that there's no cables right here. This cavity. And then made sure they don't bulge out. Only this cable a tiny bit, but I can push it down. I got clips here and here added so that I can push some cables up and to the right. Because when I put this on, and I slide this over, where are my little thumb screws? Thumb screws. There they are. Let's see here. Now, you can't see them down here. I didn't want a bunch of cables to be showing right there. So they're hidden. Ta-da! No, because if you get the 9600X, you're not really going to bottleneck it. For, like, you could go all the way up to 5070 Ti, the 5080, and you just, at high resolutions, you're not going to bottleneck a Ryzen 5 9600X. Like, it's going to handle it. Trust me. Watch the most recent LTT video. He literally bought on multiple tech YouTubers, like myself, but much bigger. And they were all building PCs, and Nerd on a Budget. Watch his build. Trust me. You'll see what I'm talking about. But that is build 1 done. I'm going to boot it up for you guys so you can see it lit up and everything. I'm going to build the next one. It's the red and black one right there. Alright. Let's go ahead and hook this up. Wireless keyboard and mouse makes it so much faster. USB. Quick tip, if you're ever like testing computers a bunch, and what happens when you plug and unplug the keyboard and mouse a million times is the ends of the keyboard, or the ends of the cables end up looking like this after a while. Oh, oops, not that. Like this. Just because you'd be like, you're rough with them. So, my suggestion, get Logitech keyboards and mice that have that logo on them. That means it's unified. So, one USB dongle, keyboard and mouse on one dongle, and I'll put this little zip tie on it so I don't lose it. It's super obvious when it's sticking out of a computer. Probably just the one. If it was just... I can slap one together real quick in 30 minutes. If I didn't do any cable management, I could maybe squeeze 2. If I just plugged everything in, made it boot, I could get 2 done. But... yeah. Realistically, just 1. Nothing will be hurt, Gamerlord. Nothing will be damaged, nothing. There won't be any issues. Booted first try, damn right. It will just simply not get as much potential performance as you could. Oh, I had to turn the keyboard on. They're wireless. That's another thing. These Logitech stuff, this battery is supposed to last 1 to 2 years on one battery in here. Let's see. Ah, damn. Only 8 gigs RAM. I gotta swap that out. But CPU, super cool. Nice 33 on the i7, 33 degrees. I've already tested this GPU. Temps were good on it. Boost into BIOS. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, set it aside. I will do Windows and stuff later. I'm gonna show you guys on the second camera. Or not, because there's a cover on it. There we go. Look at that. Nice little budget build. Went pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. And if it's only light use and stuff like that, and like a lot of idle hours, you get tons of use out of it. So, Game Lord, it's completely up to you what you want to do. My personal suggestion is to go Ryzen 5 9600X, a B650 board, no more than maybe 150 bucks, a set of 32 gigs, 6000 megahertz RAM. You don't need higher, don't go lower. You can get 6400, 6600, whatever if you want, but don't buy 7000, 8000. It will not run right, I promise you. You'll have issues. Oh, that's nice, respected. I'm talking this mouse though. They say 200. I think it says 250 hours or like 2 years or whatever without a charge. There's one AA battery in here. It's gonna last a year or two. Bonkers. I never charged it. It's been a couple months now. But yeah, like I was saying, my suggestion: Ryzen 5 9600X, a B650 board. Don't overspend on it. You don't need it. 32 gigs. Get one that's on sale for like 80, 85 bucks. Get you some more storage and a 9060 XT 16 gig. And yeah, you can always put a 7800X3D on the board later and sell your Ryzen 5 later if you want. But I promise you, you will not gain that much from it. The price delta, the difference in price, isn't worth the amount of extra performance. If you have the money and you're buying a 7800X3D, you should also be buying a high-end GPU, really nice case, power supply, tons of storage. But if you don't have the money to spec everything around the CPU, don't waste extra on the CPU, is what I'm saying. Yeah, you can just get the 9600X, B650 board, 32 gigs of RAM, and don't forget to get a CPU cooler. You can use the stock one, but it runs very hot. Like, it is pegged at 95 the whole time. And again, you'll see that if you watch that YouTube video I told you to watch. His was pegged at 95, but he still got more performance. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down and move on to the next build, so we're not wasting time, because I don't have a lot of it today. Can't do no 6-hour stream today. 3.5 to 4 hours at most. Alright, next build. I'm excited for this one. It's really nice. Still budget though. Alright, I'm going to turn off these, set them over here, put the monitor aside. Alright, let's go ahead and open the back panel. Yeah, you can play 1440p right now with the CPU upgrade and keeping your GPU, and then upgrade what you want later. You don't even have to get the 9060 XT if you don't want to. You can just use your 3070 Ti with the new CPU, motherboard, RAM combo, and then get an even better GPU than 9060 XT later. Get the 9070 XT or the I don't know, there's the murmurs of like an even higher end card they might release later. Do whatever. Oh, that's for my vinyl cutter. That should be a fine cooler. That's the single 120 tower. Yeah, it should use the same mounting hardware for AM4 as AM5, so you should be able to just remount it to the new board. All right, let's get this box out for hardware. Let's cut all these twist ties real quick. Twist ties suck. Team zip tie all the way. All right. Let's go ahead and put the IO shield in first, so we don't forget that. Easy to miss that. Doesn't matter how long you've been building computers for. Linus, even after 20 years, me too. He's forgotten the IO shield. Everyone forgets it sometimes. It's pretty rare, but have it. Sometimes you just don't have one. All right. Set the GP right here. Now this is a motherboard. Look at that motherboard, y'all. That beefy motherboard. Are these 4 gig sticks or 8 gig sticks? No, they're 8 gig. Yeah, it's 32 gigs in here. Hey, no problem. Have a good one. Look at that. I just love this, you know? Like, when this came out, someone paid probably $1,000 for this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this was super high end. Everyone was out here with their 4-core, 8-thread i7s when this came out. And some dude went and bought this 6-core, 12-thread beast with a super high-end motherboard and the exposed heat sinks, and that's a nice board. Hey, Blood. Good to see you in chat. Oh, I need more standoffs. What, you seen this board? It's huge. Look at it next to an ITX motherboard. Look at it! Look at it! Look at that. That's so funny. I gotta get some more standoffs in here. I'm gonna put it over here for now. Oh, the standoffs are in this box. Yes, no problems whatsoever. You should be able to handle all of those things just fine, Gamerlord. You will not have any issues with that. I am going to grab these and put them away in my cable extension bin and put my adapter bin away. I got so many of these bins of adapters. Let's see. How long stream been? Been about an hour and a half in the stream. 2 more hours. I'll wait a little longer. I have 2 of these lavalier mics because see, like this. I got 2 of these, and I'm glad I got 2 because they don't last a long time, only a couple hours at most for full charge. So I got the one on me and this one, and when one dies, I can swap them out. So I like to swap them out before they die. Also, appreciate the sub, Gamerlord. Let me put up these little cable combs. I'm excited for this next build I'm about to do. It's also budget, but like it's so nice for budget. You know what I mean? I don't know. You'll see. You guys will see what I'm talking about here soon. All right, I'm back over here. Let's get these standoffs installed. I mean, you can already see how nice the red and black theme with the cable comes. Man, someone's gonna love this build. Yeah, if you don't got a lot of money and you want a really nice computer, oh, so good. I'm like excited for the person who gets this. Where's the cable comes? Is this good? Damn it! Where did it go? Where'd you go? Oh, I found him. Looking everywhere for these damn things. All right, we're good. Even did a theme the red SATA cables too. That's gonna be like that. Normally I want to hide the SATA cables, but because they're colored, I don't want to hide them. I want them to show off, you know? You just see the little red cables like that. It's themes, you know? Same thing with the sleeve cable extensions. Normally like, oh, I want to hide them, but like, when they're this nice, I'll hide them. Let's get some thermal paste on the CPU. It's a big CPU. 2011 socket. Lots of thermal paste. Alright. Before I mount this, should I... I'm going to put it in the case first and then see where it lines up, because I have a lot of options with how many times I can rotate this or orientation. But let's get those standoffs in the case first. Alright, that's installed. There we go. And yes, if you guys have recognized this case, it's the same damn case I built in like 4 or 5 times now on stream. I bought 8 of them, okay? I wasn't planning on using this case today, alright? Issue was, this motherboard's so wide, it didn't fit in the other 2 cases I wanted to put it in. So I had to use this case. It's the same thing that happened the other time with the other stream. I'm like cursed to use this case on stream and struggle. Cat Dad, you remember. And Cat Mom, you remember. You guys were there. Scraped up my hand, shoving the motherboard down here. Because these cables at the bottom, this is the torture case. I have more of them. I'm finally whittling through them. They're so nice, but they're a pain to build in. What's the saying? Beauty is pain. There's beauty in everything, yeah? Well, this is pain building in this case. Every time I'm building it, it looks so nice though. Only I'm the one who's hurt. I'm gonna get some more water, y'all. I'm parched. Hang on a second. Oh, so refreshing. Oh, so needed. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Let's get these cables shoved in there. Move that wire out of the way and get this all lined up. Yep, I forgot. I already forgot. I have to plug in everything to the bottom of the board before I can screw it in fully. So let's go ahead and feed the wires through before we even try to plug them in. I'm going to get these safety cables out of the way. Alright, what do we need at the bottom? We're not doing USB 3.0 at the bottom. There's 2 spots for it. We're going to put it at the top. We're also going to get that out of there. There we go. Got that out of there. It's a broken piece off of another one. Let's get audio. Power LED and power button. You ran those cables through. I gotta zip tie these up. I'm gonna sit down real quick, yo. I'm standing this whole time. Manage a few of these wires real fast. Alright. I think I said it before, but a trick to holding these cables down so they don't stick up and you see them like this, you hold them down behind the fans, is taking off the bottom dust filter. Then running a zip tie. Where is it? Over here. Along the bottom somewhere. And hold them down. As I can get that through there. There we go. Zip tying the bottom cables here right now. Bundle them up a bit. Go. If anyone's still in the chat right now, what have you guys had to eat today? I made myself some scrambled eggs and breakfast sausage this morning. Ooh, that sounds real good, Cat Dad. Dude, Cat Dad. Racetrack, it's a gas station. I don't know if you have it where you are, but this gas station called Racetrack here in Florida, right? They have a rotating menu of pizza flavors, and they change it every like 3 months. So for like 3 months, they'll have cheeseburger pizza and cheese. And I think they always have cheese and pepperoni, and they have a third special. I think it's like cheeseburger, and then after 3 months, they'll keep these two always. and then they'll change out cheeseburger to like taco, and then they'll swap it out to some other BS. But the one I love from them is their buffalo chicken pizza. It is barely spicy. It is just the right. It's just a buffalo flavor with the tiniest kick, and it's like so good, especially for gas station pizza. Like they got the big old oven, they make it right there in front of you. Like it, oh, it's so good. Oh, nice, nice. I used to have so much lasagna as a kid. Uh, my mom, so much Italian food, so much Italian food. Also, because we were poor and pasta's cheap. I don't think ricotta was though, so I don't know how we were able to get it. But oh well. All right, I'm putting the board in right now. Kind of. I'm kind of putting the board in. I have to plug things in as I put the board in, which is a pain in the ass, by the way. Oh. All right, let's get audio plugged in. Right, that's plugged in. Where's our front panel wires? Okay, I gotta get those back. Where'd they go? Alright. Power button is right there. Power LED, positive and negative. There we go. Got it in. Are there fan headers at the top? There are, so I don't have to plug in fans at the bottom. This is such a struggle. There we go. It popped into place. Let's get some screws in there. Hold this thing down. You know what's crazy to think about, guys? Whoever's left here in chat is like the crazy high-end builds, right? That we build now. Someday in the future, it's gonna be doing what I'm doing right now with it, right? It's gonna be like resold, hand-me-down, used to someone later, and it's gonna become some like budget build. And hopefully someone like myself comes along and reuses it and puts it in a nice case again. Whatever is in trend in that 10-20 year gap at the time. It makes it look nice, because like this was super high end. It's crazy to think this was someone's like 50-90 build, you know? Now some little budget build. Tech moves so fast. I'm gonna put this back at the bottom. Plug in the USB 3.0 right now. Take the top dose filter off, stick it to the back panel for now. Alright. Let's get this water cooler in here. Oh, we need some fans on it first. What are we gonna do about fans? So the fans that came on this water cooler, they were bad. They're straight up shot. The fan bearings, they wobbled, shook all over the place. I threw them out. I cleaned the water cooler off. Temps are still good, so I'm gonna be reusing it. What was that game mode? Let's see. No, the 3070 Ti is not better than 9060 XT. I would say they're somewhat close in performance, but with the extra VRAM, there is no chance I would ever suggest it over the other. Hey, appreciate it, man. What's up, 137? Yeah, what's up? What do you need to ask? Yeah, I'm looking it up right now, Gamerlord. They are very close in performance, but having that extra VRAM means any game that, say, comes out this year that uses anything more than 8 gigs of VRAM, which is a lot of games, instantly the 3070 Ti is going to fall off. What about the build? I'm looking it up right now to see what it looks like. Oh, 11th Gen i7 3060. Is it that one, or did you get the lower spec one? Because I'm seeing that same build with a few different specs. It's showing a lot of 11th Gen i7 and 3060 though. Is that what was in yours, 137? Alright, I need fans for this. I'm probably just going to put some black fans on this, but we'll see. Have you checked that it's not anything in your house, like your outlet or your power strip or any electrical? Because that's the only thing I could think of, or even the power cable itself, like being frayed. It very well could be. If there's a lot of random issues that kind of like come and go and are all over the place, that could definitely be the power supply. Because power supply and the motherboard both are plugged into everything. So everything connects to the motherboard, and the power supply connects to everything on the motherboard. So those two parts individually can cause issues with any one individual part all over the place without that part being the problem. Like a graphics card giving no boot and saying, oh, GPU is broken, but in reality, the power supply is not supplying enough power to it. So power supply and motherboard are usually the most common two culprits when it comes to issues with power, no boot, stuff like that, and especially sporadic ones too. So it very well could be the motherboard. Only issues with a motherboard, that's a lot of work to swap out. And because you got a pre-built, I doubt you're going to get another one of those pre-built motherboards. You're going to get an off-the-shelf board, which would really be an upgrade, to be honest. Honestly, I don't think you're going to be able to fit it in that case. That's going to be your major issue. That case is very small. You may just be better off getting a whole new case. I've worked in that case. It's miserable. It is not fun to work in it. It also runs very hot. It's a very restrictive case. Not much airflow. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just off screen over here trying to get some fans real quick for this AI real quick. I have to walk a little further away from the computer for a second here, so bear with me. Sorry for the audio bugs for a second there. When I walk away, sometimes it gets a little choppy. Just a moment, you guys. I'm digging into a box of black fans. Trying to get some matching ones here. Got a lot of fans that came out of cases, and it was like a one-off. Like, bought one of that case, and then took the black fan out, and it doesn't match. I use these two. Actually, I have another idea. Let me check my. I have a bin of extra like fans, like random mismatch ones. VRAM is very important, Gamerlord, at 1440p. The more graphics and the more resolution, the more VRAM it will use. 1080p, it's not as important. The higher the resolution, the more VRAM matters, and the speed of the VRAM too. So you can have an old graphics card that's got old, slower VRAM, or just like your computer's RAM, your memory in the computer. Yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible spec, 137. Alright, I gotta move some bins around, so I'm sorry. I'm off camera for a minute here. I can find some... Completely forgot I needed to find fans for the AIO. The ones that were on it were bad. Bearings are completely shot on them. Now, if I remember correctly, I have some old fans in here. I have a huge bin full of just miscellaneous fans. If I remember correctly, I have some black and red fans. Hell yeah. That's 4 of them, though. I want a set of 2. I don't really want to break up that set of 4 if I can find 2 that match. So the reason I'm doing it is because it's a whole red and black theme build. I'm trying to keep the theme going all around. Honestly, I'm going to have to go with these ones, I think. So if you guys see. Honestly, if you have the money, just, yeah, get a new case power supply. It's going to overheat, honestly, in that case. It's just not good. No, it just won't run as good. There's very small chances you may have crashing issues, but it's more than likely, you're just going to have bad FPS. If you lower the graphics settings, it won't be as big of a deal. Right, I'm going to use 2 of these red and black fans. Alright, there we go. 2 red and black fans. This theme is going to come out real nice. That's funny, kid, dude. Damn, sorry to hear. Yeah, tech is really dependent on where you live. Getting certain parts. And honestly, if you're stuck with that case, leave the panels off. Just leave them off. That case is so suffocating that just take the side panels off, honestly. Yep, like the saying goes, it's expensive being poor. It's very expensive being poor. And just don't understand that until you've lived through it. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to put up the other two in the big old bin of cables, or fans. Put those up. I'm going to put away some of these extra fans too, because they're in the way. How's it even happening? Alright. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's true. That case has like no airflow. Right, this is going to be mounted like this, so we're going to put the fans like this. What's screw pattern? The specs for this build, this is, honestly, you probably wouldn't even know what these are. This is an old i7, way back, DDR3, but like some of the most powerful DDR3 that was more powerful than the early DDR4. It's an i7 4730K, 6 core, 12 thread, 32 gigs RAM, 240 mil water cooler, and it's gonna be a GTX 1080. It's all red and black theme. This was just gonna be a budget build that I'm posting for sale. Yep. It's a nice model 1080 too. You can see it off to the right, or my left, or whatever. Wherever it is on the screen. You know, I need to set up my bot to do that. I need to set up my bot to post my socials every so often. Because I've got some really cool, oh babe, you're in here. Do you mind, just dropping a couple socials if you could? Holy shit. Oh. Hey, GTX 750i. That they are. Appreciate it, babe. Thank you for the link. You know, most of the time with these type of builds, I avoid forcing the build to be one set of colors. Like I'll theme it like the cable extensions are red and black, and like the GPU is red and black, and that's it. Like, so they can change the lighting and whatever to be any color scheme they want. But this one is just this build is red and black everywhere. If you look at it, the motherboard, red and black, right? We got the black RAM. We got red and black on the cooler. We got the red and black GPU. We got the red and black cable extensions. I mean, this build is red and black. Even the red SATA cables. Yes, I ship to the continental US. So anywhere the 48 states that are connected, I ship. I don't ship internationally though, because that's not fun. International shipping is terrible. Alright, let's get some mounting screws for this. Yeah, if you're ever in the US, let me know. I'd be happy to build you something. I build them custom. I build them as low end as what you see here. You know, these budget, few $100 builds. Then crazy high end is really as high as you want them to go. Do like a $10,000 build, whatever. Yeah, anywhere in between. The screw will not line up. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Appreciate you playing the fishing game. It is very fun. How you doing? When you said what's up, I was thinking of Ghostface saying what's up. The scream mask with the scream mask with the tongue sticking out. That's funny. Alrighty, let's get the mounting hardware on here. Hey, you got the tank PC. That's awesome. Alright, how does that look mounted like that? Does it look good? Yeah, that looks good. One moment, guys. I am mounting this water cooler. I'm gonna mount it properly. There we go. There we go. Water cooler is installed. Look at that. That's looking good. Alright, I'm gonna tighten these corners a little bit here. There we go. I need a fan splitter for the AIO fans. So I can plug this both in. There we go. Got one right here. Ah. There's a pin bent there a little bit on the fan header. Gotta move it back. There we go. I bent it back. Oh, Cat Mom, tell Allie how far you've gotten in the battle pass today. That was crazy. I've been grinding on the Apex Pass. Dude, the new mode is so fun. I just absolutely love the baseball bat. Absolutely love it. It is so fun. The baseball bat is literally the funnest thing they've added to the game. Glad to hear it, Cat Mom. We need to indoctrinate more people, get them all playing Apex, make them all play. Dude, they need to bring back quads. Like, what the hell? It was just there for such a short period of time. Just keep it permanent, you know? Yeah, it's so annoying though that they always do that though, where they create like false FOMO for modes just to bring them back over and over again. Just so they're only temporary, so they get you to a lot of people to start playing and stuff. Hi there. Did you mean to type that whole thing in caps lock? 600 more money to spend on a GPU. What do you make at? Well, that depends on what's in the rest of your computer. If you got 600 to spend, my like honest suggestion is an RX 6700 non XT. If you can get an XT for 600, get it. But get a 9070, an RX 9070. You will not regret it. Great GPU. Trying to see this wire through the weird hole. Come on. What the hell? Okay. I got it through. I don't want to drop it now that it's through. Alright, I got the wire. Got it through. Ooh, I'm trying to plug in the stuff through the top here. This is a struggle to plug in this cable. One coin. That's funny. Alright. That is most things. There we go. Let's get some cable combs on these wires. Man, that's a snug fit. Definitely gonna need 2. There we go. Alright, we got those like this. Feed these through here. Oh, it looks so good.
I'm not quite sure how to help
Alexa, stop. I was not talking to that hoe. Oops. The bitch face was like, I don't know how to help with that. I bet you don't. I wasn't talking to you. Where's that GPU stand? Is this tall enough? Yeah, this should be tall enough. Oh, alright, I got this GPU standoff I might end up using for this build here. Maybe not. Struggling to find a spot that makes sense. Alright, let's see. Let's get these in here too. You see there's this gap between the cables. I don't know if it would look nicer if I leave the gap and run them parallel like that, or if it would look nicer if I force them together like this. I think it's a little nicer if I force them together like that. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me get another set of black cable combs. I got plenty more here. And some longer ones. Some 24-pin ones. Come on. Really? Come on. Where are they at? Need the 24-pin ones. These long ones, but in black. Here we go. Here's one right here. That should not have been that hard. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to get my larger 3D printed GPU support braces. I think I've got some up on the shelf over here. One moment, please. I'm looking for my. Yeah, I'm even mad at my larger 3D printed GPU support braces. I thought I had more of them. This is gonna need some sort of bracket, that's for sure. It just sags too much. This GPU. Let's look at that. That's where it should be. Right there. Yeah, I'm gonna find some sort of GPU support brace. Definitely not the blue one, that's for sure. That would not make any sense in this build. I'm thinking maybe one of the ones that come across. Hold it up. How would this one work? Nah, that one wouldn't work. It really needs it just on this corner here. Man, that sucks. Why does it have to sag so much? Let's see if there's a solution. Fine. In the back. I have something somewhere, but I don't know where. I have a GPU support brace that could go in here. Just can't. I can't think of where that went. It's like a little stand. It goes right here. It goes like this. Give me one moment, y'all. My cat is very hungry. Sweet little Harley is hungry, so I'm gonna give him some food. Alright. He's fed. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and then I'm gonna go back to looking for that GPU sag brace. I didn't realize how saggy that GPU is gonna be. Alright, let's see. Is it in this bin? No. It's a piece of one. I don't have water pouring in it. It sounds like someone going to pee. I'm finding like pieces of some brackets, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Ugh. Wow, this song is loud. That's unfortunate. It's not in any of those minutes. I don't know, you guys. I'm probably gonna have to 3D print something later. Nothing wrong with the B850. Is there a specific set of features you need? Like the ton of USB and stuff like that, or Wi-Fi, whatever? Because I don't believe that board has it. Ah, man, this thing is so saggy. Let me show you a better shot of this, you guys. Look at this. So this is inside the computer right now, right? See the GPU? Should be up here. The camera's crooked. But you see that? You need GPU support brace. Bring it up to here. Wait, what? You okay? You got the board with Wi-Fi, but it's not integrate. If you got it with Wi-Fi, then that means it is integrated. I'm confused what you mean. How does it come with Wi-Fi but not be integrated? Oh, okay. So you got the motherboard and you got a Wi-Fi adapter, but you didn't get the motherboard that has Wi-Fi on it. Sorry, I'll give you 1 second. I'll respond to something fast. Oh, that's weird. They sold it together, but it's outside of it. Weird. Did you try reseating the RAM and making sure the CPU is socketed properly as well? I mean, it's up to you. Personally, me, after going from 1080p to 1440p, I can't go back. It looks too nice. Wouldn't want to downgrade the resolution. But it's not a huge price increase going from 1080p to 1440p like it is going from 1440p to 4K. When you installed the CPU, Doe, did you make sure you didn't bend any of the pins on the socket? It's a weird spot to plug the 8-pin in there. Why is it in the middle? I have to remove the water cooler for just a moment to plug in this cable. Yeah, and 5 pins are really tiny. There's a lot of them in that socket. No, monitors fluctuate in price so often that I don't have any like suggested one. It's mostly just gonna be, as long as you go with like any IPS, low response rate, I mean the milliseconds, like 1 or 0.5. HDR support would be nice for some nicer games, but honestly, you're going to be mostly playing games that wouldn't matter as much in. So that's not as big of a deal. What was the CPU you had on that board? Really considering using this guy here, but $9600X, nice. Good CPU. Man, I don't know. I'll just 3D print a bracket for it. I'll do it later though. For now, this is just going to be how it is. Need something with a wider base to it. Nice, yeah. I mean, 7700X is literally only better, so nice. Alright. I think I'm going to call it. I'm worrying about the GPU right now. I am gonna go ahead and get the power supply in here and get that all sorted. Need an adapter for one of these cables. Digging for some screws to put the power supply in. There we go. This looks so nice for a budget build too. I'm stuffing these wires behind the hard drive cage. Hey, appreciate the follow. The case fans probably needed to be hooked up to a SATA plug for them to turn on, because they're probably more than likely on like an RGB hub. And if they weren't, it was probably because you hooked up the RGB to the motherboard, and sometimes some newer motherboards, the RGB lighting doesn't come on until the CPU has like processed, like it kicks on fully. I need a SATA cable and also CPU cable. Oh my god, there's so many cables in here. Whoa. I'll show you what I'm talking about with this case. I'm about to plug in the SATA to this fan RGB hub. See that plug right there? I'll put it like this, or not. What it needs is this cable to plug into it, like that. Now these fans will be powered because they're on this hub here. See this whole fan hub? Fan power, RGB, fan power, RGB, back and forth. And it holds like 10 or 12 fans. Yeah. This whole board here is powered by this SATA plug. That second camera is pretty handy. It is on the case on this one, but other cases can have them dangling. There's a lot of different ways it can be in the computer, like this other one that I just finished earlier on stream. I'll open it and I'll show you real quick. You see this? It can also look like this too. It depends on how the fans are hooked up. These fans, in this case, they all plug into each other in daisy chain, and then they get powered by the case like this. It all depends on what case it is. If you know the name of the case, I can probably just tell you off the top of my head. I've used so many cases. It's like the majority of them on the market. There's so many. At least the majority of the most popular ones. I right now am bundling up all of the extra cables that aren't needed and shoving them down here in the power supply basement thing. Landcool 217. I want to say it definitely has a SATA cable off the top of my head that needs to be powered somewhere. I think it comes off like the front like section of the case up here. There's like a wire that comes down off the top up here. I will double check that. It should take me 2 seconds to find out for you real quick. Oh, did you get the one with RGB fans or no, or just black fans? Oh, you found it? Oh. Okay. Okay, let me look that one up real quick. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I'll jump on YouTube, paste the name in, and I'm sure someone has created a video opening up the case. Yep. Okay, I see it. Yep. I see it. In the case, up here, there's a fan hub, right? If you follow it over, there'll be a dangling little SATA cable right here. You gotta plug that in. Yep. Here, I'll show you real quick. This is a jank way of showing you, but No, you just plug. No, you don't need any adapters or anything. You just plug it in. Okay, so on this YouTube video here, this right here, you just need to plug that in. That's the power. If you plug this in, this is the fan cable. Plug that into one of the fan headers on the board. Plug the RGB header in, and then plug the SATA cable in. This is the same one I was talking about. That's right here. Or not that one. The same one I showed you that plugged into the hub down here. Same cable. The SATA cable isn't on the motherboard. The SATA cable is on the... Oh, okay, you're thinking of the SATA... Okay, SATA data and SATA power are not the same. So, this is SATA data. And this is SATA power. This comes from the power supply. You need this plug. Alright. Alright. There we go. All the wires are managed. There's so many wires in here, not easy. Alright, we got all the front panel cables running down here. We have the power for the 24-pin, 8-pin bundled up nicely up here. All of the Molex and SATA cables bundled up and stuff down here. And then we have the main bundle of wires, and then the data wires, and some fan wires down here. But it is superstition to not close up all the panels before test booting. So we're going to leave it as is, and we're going to test boot. I think there's everything hooked up, right? Yeah, should be everything. Let's build number 2 down. Ta-da! That's a very red PC. The camera's kind of blowing out the contrast a little bit there. Let's I skipped through it by accident. There we go. Damn it, that was not the right one. There we go. That's all white. The red fans, red GPU, the red and black, white cables, red and black on the motherboard, and it just came out nice. Oops. Come on. Oh, alright. I'm gonna end the stream here soon because I need to end it before 6:30. So, appreciate you guys coming by. Appreciate everyone who was talking, everything like that. Hopefully, when your new parts come in, everything works good. Don't forget to plug in the SATA cable for the fan hub. And yeah. I appreciate you guys coming by. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. I'll probably be probably stream again sometime in the next week, once or twice, but not much. So a very busy week next week. I've mentioned a couple times now, but I know there's no people in stream. That yeah, I got my birthday, I got a wedding, I got anniversary, I got a lot of things to do in 1 week. So I might be able to get one stream in. We'll see. Hopefully two. I don't know. But just fun. Have a good night, guys.